An earthquake, the feeling of terror it triggers, is a sensation Mexicans are all too familiar with. This was the moment when an 8.1 magnitude quake struck last week. More than 90 people were killed, thousands of buildings collapsed, but it could have been far worse. Here in Mexico City, 700 kilometers away, buildings shook violently for up to a minute, causing people to stream out onto the streets. But despite the strength of the quake, there wasn't a single person killed, and damage to buildings was limited. You have to look back more than 30 years for one of the reasons why. In 1985, an 8.0 magnitude quake rocked Mexico City, crushing buildings and killing more than 10,000 people. Following that disaster, Mexico got smarter about earthquake preparedness. Mexico is now one of the few countries in the world with an earthquake warning system plugged directly into the country's broadcasting systems. 100 sensors along the seismically active Pacific coast send signals to servers in Mexico City, and from there the information is sent out to the public.
The technology is very innovative and advanced, and we have agreements that allow us to interrupt TV and radio broadcasts when earthquake is coming. Last Thursday, we were able to give people a 120-second alert.
There are also loudspeakers in parts of Mexico City to warn residents of an approaching quake. Practice drills have become part of the culture. The government has continued to force improvement in building codes and works closely with engineers to test new designs and materials.
Here we build scaled structures and put them to the test to see if they'll resist earthquakes. Our testing has been used to improve building regulations.
Mexico sits above 5 tectonic plates, whose movements result in around 15,000 earthquakes a year. More worrying, Mexico City was built atop an ancient lakebed, which amplifies the vibrations below.
The government is preparing for a big earthquake that could happen at any time, but where it hits and when, no one knows. We always need to be prepared.
For those in Mexico living so close to the Earth's fault lines, preparation is the best hope of ensuring that when the ground shifts beneath their feet, disaster is not the outcome. David Mercer, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.